Good morning, everybody. It's wonderful to be outdoors in Western Sydney to make some very important announcements today. Firstly, New South Wales, we've hit 82.2% of first doses, which is outstanding, and 52.7% of second doses. And of course, once we get to that 70% double dose number, we'll be able to enjoy all those things we've missed for far too long. Pleasingly, for 12 to 15-year-olds, we know that now 20% of 12 to 15-year-olds have had their first dose of the vaccine. Now, given that was only made available about a week ago, that is an outstanding result, and we're urging all parents to consider vaccinating their 12 to 15-year-olds. We want to make sure that when school goes back, not only do we have great coverage in the adult population of vaccination, but also in that 12 to 15-year-old group, which is so critical. Today, I also want to say that although we can't read too much into this, pleasingly New South Wales has 935 cases of community transmission, but unfortunately 4 people lost their lives, and we extend our deepest condolences to those to the families and loved ones of those 4 deceased. And I should note that even if case numbers go down, we should expect, unfortunately, that the number of people in intensive care and the number of people who lose their lives to go up, because as we've said consistently, because we've had a number of cases in the last few weeks, people ordinarily get very sick in the second week of the illness and sometimes stay very sick for a long time. And that's why we need to continue to brace ourselves for October being the worst month, the number of people who pass away and the number of people who need intensive care. And we should never lose sight of that, no matter what else is happening in terms of the vaccination rate or anything else. That is a likely scenario in October. So we can't be complacent, because we know that, unfortunately, given what Delta does, if we're too complacent too early, things can get out of control, and that's the last thing we want. We're all working together to get to that 70% double dose vaccination, and we should all keep working together and not take it easy, not be complacent, because we know what the consequences of that can be. Today I wanted to take the opportunity, as I'm joined by so many of our parliamentary colleagues, to say thank you to the Treasurer and Treasury for managing to obtain $11 billion for 49% sale of WestConnex. This is an outstanding result in very difficult circumstances, and will go towards supporting New South Wales recover and, of course, supporting our major infrastructure pipeline. And today I'm also pleased to announce, in the presence of all of my parliamentary and ministerial colleagues, that $5 billion of that will go towards a West Invest Fund to support local communities in Western Sydney in local infrastructure. And it's a very pleasing day all round. It also augurs well for our economic recovery, as well as our recovery coming out of lockdown. So New South Wales has been through a difficult time, and living with COVID and finding the right balance is always going to be a challenge. But we're definitely looking into the future with hope and optimism. And I know that many of my parliamentary colleagues right across the chamber will be so pleased with what this means for local communities and what this means for our future, given the difficult time that we've had. So Dr. Chant will now give the health update. Treasurer Berejiklian will give an update on the wonderful news today, as well as the new fund. And Minister Ayres, who's the Minister for Western Sydney, will say a few words, and then we'll take any of your questions. Thank you.